Good morning everybody. Today we are at Dynamite Hayfield Lakes for their midweek rod-only cost cutter open. We're on Island Lake and we've drawn peg 13, I'm looking for some, and we're up against it today. There's quite a few anglers here. I haven't had a count, but I'd reckon mid-20s, and we've drawn next to ex-Barnsley Black Andy Sellers, so it's going to be an interesting one, but every day is a lesson, isn't it, when you sat next to somebody like that. So let's go and have a look at peg and we'll get set. And here we are. Nice and flat at the minute. I don't know how long that's going to last. As I say, draw next to Andy Sellers there. Nice simple setup today, 2 rods, pellet cone wafters, coffee for me. Let's have a look what we can do. Right guys, we're in and we're settled. We're about 20 minutes in. I've started off just chucking bomb around my peg, just to see if there's any indications anywhere. So all I'm doing, I'm watching for liners, obviously hoping to pick a bite up. I've got double corn on a size 14 air rig on bomb. I started off with a 1 foot hook length. Might be a bit optimistic, I might have needed to go a bit longer, but we're just testing waters at the minute, literally. Andy to his left's into a nice fish already. I don't know if Charlotte can spin camera to see him on from it way. It's definitely putting up a decent fight. So I'm going to give this bomb sort of 5-6 minutes. I've been to 4 corners of my swim in between. So if that don't work, we're going to go out on Waggler. I think I'm going to try an 8mm pellet, starting off about 8-9 foot, pinging 6s, and just play it by ear. Obviously it is a rod only. So I'm going to go with Waggler, bomb and small method, and I'm just going to be chucking around my swim. Once we get a bite, we'll go back to that place. If there's no bite after that, we'll try somewhere else. But it is just you got to be patient. But unlike summer, you can't just sit in one spot and wait. You've got to go around your swim and find them. Yeah, and this one's getting under a 8 feet. We'll see if we can get some footage of him landing it, but it could be a while. There we go, it's in there. Well done, Andy. Alright, yeah. Alright, so we're into his first fish. We ended up switching to method feeder with a white wafter. And it seems to have done trick in there about 6 minutes. Now for Hayfields, it's by no means a big fish, but it's a fish. It's a little skimmer. No, it's not. That's a nice carp. I think that might be a crucian. No. Is it? I'm not sure. It's very crucian-esque. So we're off to a start, and we know what method we're going to stick with for a bit. Let's get back out. See if we can get another one after we've dealt with this tangle. Into a second fish at day. Again, still on method feeder with wafter. And as you can see, we've had to get big coit on. That's when you know it's cold. When a Yorkshireman gets big coit on. It feels a little bit bigger than last and not much. It's not as big as last then. Remember to step back, wind off this time, Donovan. Another little stocky, only about a pound. But in these conditions, we'll take them. Now today's match is not about winning at all, because as I mentioned, there's some very good anglers on here today. We've got Andy Sellers to his left, Paul Wright to his right, and Jason Dunworth on Otherbank. Obviously he's a 2024 Maybe Match List finalist. And then the regular gents that fish midweek every week, they're here. Today's about practice. So, practicing winter fish. And practicing for his fundraising winter match on Thurnscrew Reservoir, because that's also rod only. Now, they are two completely different fisheries, obviously. Hayfield Lakes is big carp, premier commercial venue, and actually venue at year 2024, or fishery at year 2024, voted by Angling Times, where it's Thurnscrew Reservoir is an old pit flood area from Ickleton Main Colliery, and it's almost a natural water. It's had a couple of stocks, but it's not saying, but it's winter fishing rod only, so it's just about getting used to that rod, getting used to them winter tactics. So as you can see, I think I'm about 40-ish metres out, and what I'm doing, I'm sort of working my way across my swim. I don't want to put too much bait in one area. I want to be dotting it about. So then if they do die off that feed and they're not liking it sound at method feeder, we can go over it top with a bomb and there'll still be a few pockets of bait. We're timing about still 5-6 minutes per bite. So we'll put a few pellets over the top of where we casted. So if there is any fish in them upper layers at water, they'll hopefully follow them down. And now we're just going to sit and wait. Oh. Yeah, Andy's lost a float in front of us. Oops. Oh, he snapped off. I have to try not to retrieve that. Although I'm definitely going to, because it is in line and where I'm fishing. It looks like there's his full line, rig, everything. And if we see his float go, we know the way fish are though, so. Right, let's see what happens. Oh, fish on. Method feeder dropped quiet. So as I said, if method feeder's dropping a bit quiet, it tells me there might be just a bit too much bait out there. So I've come onto bomb, 8mm pellet, and we've got what feels like as big as fish at day. Again, no monster, because it's coming in without a fate, unless it's just knackered. But it's certainly as big as fish. Just going to take it nice and steady. All three of mine don't weigh what one of yours has. Yeah, nice little comment. I reckon I'll give me some £2 on that one. So that takes us to 5. And as you've just heard me say to Andy, all three of them don't weigh half as much as one of his. But he's been doing it a little bit longer than we have. So we'll get this bomb back out. See if we can't snare a proper Hayfield carp. Right, it's 12:30, so we're halfway through, and that bomb line, well, bomb lines has gone a bit quiet, but it did have a leaf on it, so that might be why. I'm just going to switch up a bit. I'm going to go back on method feeder, micros and a white wafter. See if we can't ring that dinner bell a bit. Get a bit of interest back in a swim. All we're using is fishery feed micros with a little bit of Dynamite sticky pellet on them, and then on hook we've got a 7mm white Dynamite Wowser. So we're going to try over to right or a swim for a bit. We've mainly been targeting middle and left. Okay, I'll go over here. Wind is blowing that way across lake. So if we try fishing to sort of limit or a swim, probably say 40-45 metres out. So I say 9:30, so we're going to get 10 minutes at most, and then just start moving back over to the left, and then come in a little bit as well. I have fed my margin a little bit. I am tempted maybe to drop a bomb or plumb a waggler up to drop it in that margin, see how we go on that, but everybody else seems to be catching sort of same distance I am. So there's fish there. We're just missing that pivotal change to try and get them on. But all we can do is persevere. 2.5 hours left. A few big carp and it'll turn us day around. Alright, so this time we'll give the method feeder just a little bit of patience. And it's paid off. Another little stocky. Not quite a pound this one, I don't think. We're catching the fish, they're just not quite big enough. And I'm going to have another chuck with method, and if that don't work, or fish aren't getting much bigger, we'll stick with bomb for a bit. And still sticking with them white wafters. Try a bit further out this time. So while we're playing that patient game, it's unlike summer where you'd want to cast at the same spots, you've got a great pile of bait. In winter, it's all about exploring your peg. So we'll keep that there, see if we can't get another. Right, so back in again. What feels like another one of them little stockies though. Tighten that drag up. So these wafters are working. It's like an hybrid. Little fucker. Oh no, I haven't. I thought he snapped us up then. Hoping you can see him. He gave me a bit of jip. And there we go. Gotta be careful, I do not want to throw him back here. So yeah, method feeder is working. We've swapped to orange wafters. And just another couple of pound in net. I reckon now we're somewhere between 8 and 10. I were going to switch to Waggler. I think we'll give these orange wafters another go. Downside to fishing in winter and having cold hands, little fiddly things like this. Pen it backside. Pack that a bit better. I'll squeeze. Secret sauce. Secret sauce being sticky pellet syrup by Dynamite. We've got original betaine in as micros and a squeeze of green hot top. Mr. Swan, you stay there please. Sink that before that little cygnet's little widdly waddlers get stuck in it, and we're in. And a few, what we've been doing, we've been feeding 6 mils of at top. I'm just going to cast them further than that swan's attention. Because they're greedy little buggers. But they're not that bothered, so I'm guessing Nolly's been out and fed them this morning. Right. Traps are set. Let's wait for next. So we're in again. Still on the method feeder and orange wafter. And to anybody watching live, you're going to be behind the scenes because we're recording this video as well. And anybody watching video, we're live as well. This one has a bit more fight in it. Let's get that drag rate. There we go. Oh, she's off. Go on then, love. So as I've said before, we need to be really careful with these. If this were a match in summer, I'd definitely be trying to bully this carp in. But in winter, if this carp wants to go forward, it goes forward. If it wants to go back, it comes back. And we're just going to let it go wherever it wants, get some gentle persuasion and tire it out. Oh, it definitely wants to go. She's swimming up. I should see her swirl in a minute. Oh, I'll take it back. Yeah, just a swirl in front of us then at about 16 metres-ish. Just let that rod tip do all that work. There we go, look. And when she sees that net, it'll spook a bit. There we go. First, what I would call proper carpet day. No, see you later, Rod. Clearly forgot to put back wind on then. Wrap round a few times as well. Right corner at mouth. Oh no, struggling to unhook this one because my hands are so cold. There we go. Don't want that getting caught on the key net. So, I've got some scales on his net. Let's see what she weighs. 5.5 pound that. Hopefully you can see it on camera. There we go. And she's in the net. Let's rebait and get back out. So we've stuck this method feeder out for probably another 15-20 minutes and we're not getting any indications. So I'm going to get a few more for a few 6s over the top. If that don't work, we're going to go on to Waggler again. Try his luck on that and then probably have sort of last half an hour on bottom. Just try and get one of them bonus fish. It's been a slow day, but we've I don't think we'll have embarrassed this sends, I hope. I think we've got about £15. There's no shame in having a bad day anyway. Went bloke next to his absolutely emptied pond. He's on again. So yeah, we'll give this another couple of minutes and then we'll get that waggler out. We're in again. So we mentioned about coming off that method feeder because it had gone quiet. And as if by fishing magic, it's not quiet anymore. It's not as big as his last one. It's not a small fish, so this should put us over £20. There was a chance my £30 curse in Hayfield Open matches is going to continue. We come and have a pleasure day, even on a bank holiday when pond's full, he's heading into that margin. There we come and have a pleasure day, even when bank's full on a bank holiday Monday, and I must have had £100. Fish a chuck, no matter what method. Come in a match, 30. No matter what time of year, 30. Again, I reckon that's £3. £3 indeed. So it's not for us to us 20, but we're a bit closer. I'll have another cast, see how it goes on. Just a really simple micros wafter mix. A little bit of extra syrup over the top. Get that from right end at rod. Oh, that is right end at rod. Right, we'll sort this out and we'll get back out. I've just put that bomb out and it's been took on the drop. So, sorry, I'm just concentrating because this is just having a bit of a fate, but yeah, it took it on drop, which I weren't expecting. But what that means is that carp has followed that bait as it's hit water. Oh no, what an idiot. Don't do that, folks. Don't let your landing net go back in water while you're putting your rod down at fish escape. Nice little mirror. So we're definitely going to be going back on that bottom. New hook required, so I'll get this hook changed and we'll be back. There we go, we're in again on bomb. Right, see you later, Jamie. And this time I didn't get it on drop, but it was still only 4 or 5 minutes at most. Feels like another little stocky, maybe £1. We'll not let this one go this time. But I will from the towel water. So we've managed, yeah, perfect hook placement again, right in corner of mouth. Go. This one does not want to come out of this landing net. True Yorkshireman style, we're going to use that pellet again. So if you are watching this as a video rather than live, and you're wondering why I've just said bye to a random person called Jamie, that is the Yorkshire Walker. He's my best mate in the real world, and he's watching live on YouTube as we fish, which you could be too. All you need to do is press subscribe, and then whenever we're live while we're fishing, you'll get a notification and you can watch action unfold as it happens. I'm hoping there's a bit more action in this match. We've got 35 minutes left, so we'll see how we get on. We're in again, and this one's got a little bit of pep to it. Don't feel like a big fish though. It's clearly just a feisty one. So this one will definitely take us over his £20 mark. Don't go in that. There we go. If I look even clumsier than usual today, it's because in my side tray I've got my power bank, and cable keeps getting stuck right landing that handle. It's a lovely looking, I think it's a hybrid. I'll show this one to camera if I can ever get a hook out of its mouth. Look at that. Lovely. Come on, I can't stay in landing net. So we're 100% going to stick with this bomb until end of match now. And we've got 20 gram bomb, which is a bit too heavy, but what I've done is I've dropped my waggler off on this rod. So we've only got the two rods at a minute. So I've took the waggler off and I'm just using that. And the only non-inline bomb I've got is this one at 20 gram. So I would potentially use something a little bit lighter, as not to spook fish when it hits water, but it's doing job. We're getting fish. I'm just going to hit that left hand marker. There we go. Now I'm hoping to see this absolutely tear off this rod rest. Nice 10-pounder. Of course, I'd be happy to be stuck with his Hayfield's £30 curse today, but half an hour, there's plenty of time left. That one sounds and feels like a nice fish. So we're still on bomb line. 8mm pellet, about 40 metres out, and we've just been pinging 8s off at top. Now unfortunately for us, these fish have turned up far too late at match for us to give me a chance or any placement. But I'm not going to turn my nose up at any fish. That's coming towards us now. I must be getting a bit tired. Either that, or it's lulling us into a false sense of security and it's absolutely going to bolt. Let's make sure this cable's not in way at landing net for this one. Yeah, that's a nice fish, that. Come on, get your little head up. There we go. That has got, I don't know if its mouth's just absolutely massive or if it's suffered a bit with overhooking. Yeah, it's had its lip split, poor thing. I'll show you that. It's a weird looking carp. Really long, and look at the mouth on that. Yeah, it's really long, really slender. I reckon it weighs about £4. 3. There's that wire going it way again. Come on, get out. This does not want to get out of that landing net. There we go. There we go. Look at that. In the interest of time, that pellet's staying on. Now, if your pellet's been mauled, mangled, starts going a bit soft, 100% recommend changing it. If it's still quite dark, still holding its form, and you're in closing stages that match like I am, I don't think there's any harm in keeping it on. Your fishing purists, your pros, they might tell you different, and if they do, listen to them, not me. But it works for us. 25 minutes left. I think we need about another 25 of them to bring me a shot. But as long as we can get £30 is my target now, so as long as we hit that, we'll be right. Right, that is time. So I don't think we'll hit the 30. We might have 25 if we're lucky, but we shall see. So guys, as you can see, we're no longer on bank. We're actually sat in our office at work because I forgot to film a little bit of an outro for this video. So my apologies. If you made it this far, I hope you enjoyed watching. Just a little bit of a recap on that match. We ended up weighing in what I'm reassured is a very respectable £28 7 ounce. Now, there were quite a few people blanked and even more people that didn't bother weighing in because they'd had one fish maybe. As I said, we were fishing next to Andy Sellers, an ex-Barnsley Black England international, and he actually went on to win the match with, let me have a look, £93 11 ounce. So when I say that guy gave us a schooling that day, he really did. And that's exactly what I treat it as, a school day. Being able to watch a successful angler like that all day and just see what he does in them situations were worth more than any match win could have been. So all in all, not a bad day at all. Really enjoyed getting out on bank on week. It's a rarity for me. And really enjoyed a bit of winter rod only fishing. It's not something we do very often, but it's certainly something we're going to be doing more of in future. Again guys, if you did enjoy, please consider pressing subscribe, pressing like, all the good stuff. It really helps the channel out. And until next time, see ya.